I'm going to get you guys hits on YouTube, okay?
All right, sounds good. Can we
because
step
I'm
over?
going to talk the truth.
That's what we want to hear.
All right,
okay? Because Trump is a nightmare, but so are the Democrats.
Okay.
And
Oh,
the
wow.
fact, and the fact that you have no opinion is bullshit.
That I have no opinion?
Yeah.
No, I don't take a position. I have plenty of opinions.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican.
You don't take a position with respect to the questions you're asking.
No, but let me tell you what I think politics is. It's the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the change of their own oppression. I believe when you go to the voting booth, it's a demoralization ritual where you're actually voting for somebody you know is evil. I don't care if it's Kamala or Trump. What do you think about that?
Well, there's a big racial deal going on here in America that people are scared to talk about.
Okay, what is it?
I'm a boomer, and the boomers were lazy.
That's boomers is 46 to 64.
Yeah, and boomers grew up in the best economy, post World War II that there was, and they're lazy. Mm-hmm. And the immigrants came into this country and they worked hard. And they started taking over jobs. And now, Trump is the last stand on that white guy against the evil, dark-skinned people and whoever is non-white male, that hierarchy.
Now, is that your opinion or other people's perception of Donald Trump?
No, this is what's going on. I mean,
so you believe Donald Trump is the last stand?
I'm from New York. Everyone knows Trump's a complete fraud. He's the Wizard of Oz, right?
Okay.
So, people know this. What they don't realize is how weak the Democrats are and how Trump just pushed them around and got away with what he wanted and said ridiculous stuff almost to the point of an absurdity. And he still won because people are disillusioned with, the Democrats being a weak and racially motivated party. Bernie Sanders was the guy. He spoke for the worker. When Biden won South Carolina with the help of the black vote, that pushed Biden as the black president, like Clinton claimed he was the black president.
Let me pause that. Bernie Sanders, do you believe that in 2016, Bernie Sanders was edged out unfairly by Hillary Clinton during the DNC?
Well, you know that better than I do.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course he was, by the lady in Florida.
Yeah.
Wasserstein, was that her name?
Debbie Wasserman Schultz, yeah.
Yeah. Who was a Jew just like Bernie.
Yeah, and Donna Brazile actually admitted with the emails that they were trying to edge out Bernie in favor of...
because
So it's rigged.
Well, to the extent... They didn't rig it because they were controlling they actually thought that, it was Hillary's time. Mm-hmm. And she was a more attractive candidate. And Bernie was this old guy, mm-hmm. That just wasn't going to appeal to the masses.
Right.
So, there was a rationale behind it.
But what do you mean specifically that the Democrats...
Bernie talks for the working class. Hillary doesn't,
Yeah, what do you think? What do you mean by the Democrats are weak? What specifically are you talking about?
They let this whole narrative that the immigrants are coming in and getting, sex change operations, when they're pushing it on the football games, and they had no answer for it because they didn't want to insult people.
What do you think the weightiest issue of any presidential election is, though?
That was effective. You remember Willie Horton?
But what's
coming in and out of the...
Yeah.
That was a very effective thing that was complete.
What part of New York are you from? New York City?
Long Island.
Okay. So let me just ask you, he's just trying to get a better shot. What do you think is the primary thing that we need to be tackling in any presidential election? Do you think it's racism? Do you think it's immigration? Do you think it's the economy? What is it?
The platform of the Democrats is much more, fair than the Republicans. It's crony capitalism.
You don't think it's crony with the DNC as well?
Not like the Republicans.
Because
I'm a businessman. These Republicans, look at Kushner gets $2 billion right after, he's working the Saudis. Come on.
Kushner, Jared Kushner.
Come on,
yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
The whole thing, Trump takes crony capitalism, to where it inevitably goes with Musk sitting next to him, up in the upstairs, back bedroom at Mar-a-Lago, telling Trump what to say.
Yeah, you'll get no argument from me on that. But isn't the DNC also a corporation just like the RNC is?
Of course they are.
We're basically
But Bernie could take the Democratic platform and speak to the working class.
You're a Bernie guy.
Yeah.
Do you follow the Young Turks? Cenk Uygur, the Young Turks?
No.
Kyle Kalinske, they're all progressives. It's progressive politics, right?
Yeah.
Ask about Bernie and their views on Israel.
Oh, yeah. What do you think about Bernie's
Bernie
views?
was actually quite anti-genocide. Netanyahu and that whole conservative party. Mm-hmm. Netanyahu's in a box because he has to appeal. He's like any leader. You got to keep the war going, right? Because you can't kick the leader out when the war's going.
Yeah, but Bernie was anti-war, right?
Of course.
So you got the defense contractors going, oh, we don't want somebody like Bernie in there, right?
Bernie actually insults everybody that's not the working class.
Right. Yeah.
So he's against the whole billionaire thing.
Yeah.
And,
corporate donors.
The billionaires.
Special interests.
It's too powerful. It's too strong.
Yeah.
And you're asking the guy, do these immigrants coming across the border, are they stealing jobs? Oh yeah, they are stealing jobs.
Are you at all?
What kind of bullshit is that? That's ridiculous.
Are you at all concerned with the Zionist lobby under AIPAC in Congress? Basically, AIPAC and Israel and Zionism.
Whoa.
Zionism owns Congress.
Whoa. Yeah, he's going.
Are you at all concerned about that?
Do I look anti-Semitic?
I'm not saying. I'm just talking about Zionism.
Zionism. It's like
it's an ideology.
Yeah. I understand.
It's basically Jewish supremacy, is what Zionism is.
Well, careful about that. Careful. I have a very close relative that died in Auschwitz, and the Germans.
They would probably
They took it to a level that makes Trump and his attack on the Capitol look like literally a walk in the park. What the Germans did to the Jews. And saying that Trump was a Nazi and he wants his Nazi generals, that was all for mass consumerism.
Yeah, but you'll agree Trump is pretty pro-Jewish, pro-Israel, pro-Zionist, right?
No, he's not.
No?
Of course not. Give me a break. He competes with the Jews in New York real estate. And Kushner was like the marriage of the Jews with Trump because the Jews didn't want to do business with Trump in New York. They cut him out. The Jewish,
So you see Trump as anti-Zionist, anti-Israel?
He's anti-anybody that doesn't help him. He's a bluffer. He got closed out of the New York, commercial real estate business.
Yeah, you'll get an argument from me on that. Trump's a fraud. I totally agree.
He doesn't like anyone who doesn't help him, and anyone that helps him, he likes. Would you cozy up to the Saudis and the Arabs?
I agree with what you're saying.
If you're pro-Jew, no.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying about Trump, but isn't that every politician? Don't they all cozy up? Don't they want money and power and fame?
Of course.
Can we really trust any politician? Even Bernie Sanders is a millionaire with 3 houses trying to tell everybody else how to live.
Millionaire, come on.
He's a multimillionaire.
What person that lives in this town is not a millionaire who owns a house? There's no houses for sale in this town under $1 million. That doesn't mean you're rich. And he doesn't live a rich man's life.
No, I give you that.
So don't hit me on Bernie being a rich Jew and all this shit.
Hey, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to subscribe to my email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. If you want to support the channel further, grab a shirt, become a channel member, but more importantly, know what your rights are and flex your rights. If you don't use your rights, you will lose them. I will see you in the next video.